All right, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the 2-0 show. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We are going to talk about some NFL, some college football, and whatever other topics we feel like talking about. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and do some introductions.
This is Angry Joey. Sorry I missed you all last week.
The hater with facts is here with some Thanksgiving cheer.
This is Mr. Raider with some Thanksgiving tears.
Tony here. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Let's get it.
Woo Pig Suey.
6'7" defensive tackle from Alabama. That's who he is.
Well, Alabama. Come on now.
Damn.
I got more self-respect than that now.
Wait, I remember you had a flag over your desk that said that you were a Roll Tide. What happened there?
Oh,
Don't-
holy shit. You're going
don't-
there.
don't make-
That's a good story. That's a good story for one of the pods.
Yeah,
If we weren't on a pod right now, I'd be cussing you out. Okay. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
we'll have to tell that story some other time. But all right, speaking of college, let's go ahead and kick it off with some college, man. Woo Pig, take it away.
So last week we had a couple of games. There wasn't a lot of movement in the top 25, but we'll go over a couple of significant games. The first game we wanted to discuss on Saturday night in Eugene, number 15 USC traveled to face number 7 Oregon. And it was a rough going for USC. Oregon beat USC 42-27. They climbed from number 7 in the country to number 6, and they delivered a major statement win. USC fell to number 17, and that likely closed the book on USC from making the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
Fuck that next game.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about that, Mr. Raider?
I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed. Oregon is beating us 5 years in a row. I mean,
Oof.
they used to do. They're doing. So what Oregon's turned into is Stanford. Because remember, Stanford would always play USC for whatever fucking reason tough every year, and we would lose to them so often. Now Oregon is just whooping our ass. And Lincoln Riley, we owe him $110 million, so he ain't going nowhere. But I'm pissed. We had a chance to make the playoff, and we knew that was our playoff game, and dropped the ball. So that was a bitter pill to swallow when I saw that.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I mean, it's all that Nike money going into Oregon.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're good. So
Well,
Oregon's
they needed that
fine.
win, Woo Pig. They needed that win. Like, a statement game, like you said.
Yeah,
Because we know they're good, but they haven't done anything since the beginning of the year. And that's not, a lot of it was their schedule, but still, it's a big win.
so now they can kind of coast into the playoffs. So
Yeah.
And it's not a total loss for USC because we're still in the top 20, so we're guaranteed a good bowl at least, if it still stays the way that it is. So if we can get to the Chick-fil-A Bowl or the Peach Bowl? Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
How do you know you had a bad
Peach Bowl.
season? You're hoping to make the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Yeah, man, I know. Shit, can't get a chip, so you might as well be able to go win something.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
if you
it's a lot of money for the university, so it's a good thing to be able to get that bowl. Plus, most universities that gives the coaches like an extra month of practice. So if you don't have a bowl game, as soon as your last season game is over in college football, you're required to stop doing practices. If you have a bowl game, then you can continue to practice with your team until that bowl game's over. So it's a huge bonus to get that bowl game and get those extra practices in. So
Makes sense.
yep. All right. So next game, we had number 22 Missouri at Oklahoma, number 8. And in Norman, they traveled to take on Oklahoma. It was a defensive battle. Wasn't a high-scoring game. Oklahoma ended up winning 17-6 against Missouri. Kept them out of the end zone. Their defense held Missouri. Their rush to only 57 yards. They had their quarterback threw 2 interceptions. It was just a really good defensive performance by Oklahoma. So that boosted Oklahoma. I think they remain in the top 10. I think they moved up to number 7. So they have a big game coming up this weekend. We'll discuss it later, but as long as they win out, they should be in the playoffs at this point. So, and then the last game was an unranked Pittsburgh went to Georgia Tech and beat Georgia Tech 42-28. It was kind of a beatdown. This is a surprise for me. Georgia Tech, I thought they had an outside shot of making the playoffs just from winning the ACC, but it looks like this is going to kill their chances at an ACC title, which kills their chances of making the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
that was kind of
Georgia,
a surprising game.
Georgia Tech drops out of the top 25 at this point. They were number 16 and they were playing Georgia this week. So if they'd have won this game and then won against Georgia, they could have potentially made the top 10 even without making the ACC championship. So this kind of crushes that idea. So good luck next year, Georgia Tech. So those are the 3 big losses in the top 25. Outside of that, there wasn't a ton of movement in the top 25. Right now, as projected, we have Oklahoma State at number 1, Indiana at number 2, Texas A&M at number 3. All 3 of
You
those
mean
teams are
Ohio
undefeated.
State.
That's what did I say?
You said Oklahoma State.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I meant
No,
Ohio
don't
State.
apologize for that.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
it
sitting here.
disrespectfully.
I don't know how I did that. I'm sitting here reading a list. So, so Ohio State,
Recording this one.
Indiana, Texas A&M, and then Georgia are in the top 4. So those 4 would get a bye. And then you're looking at number 5, Texas Tech, number 6, Oregon, number 7, Ole Miss, number 8, Oklahoma, number 9, Notre Dame. So there you go. There you go, Joey. And then number 10 is Alabama. Number 11 is Miami. And number 12 is Tulane. So right now, as it stands, that's the 12-team playoffs. So
Question. Tell
Yeah.
me about Tulane. Just
so
why?
the way it works is when the college football playoffs started, there were 5 Power 5 conferences, right? There's the Pac-12, the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the SEC. So they set it to where the top or the top 5 ranked conference champions would get an automatic bid into the college football playoffs. And because they assumed that meant the conference champion from the Power 5, all 5 of those teams would get an automatic bid. The Pac-12 fell apart. So what that means now is the top Power 4 conferences, the Big 10, the Big 12, the SEC and the ACC all get their conference champion, but you've got that 5th outlier. That 5th outlier is going to be a conference champion from one of the other conferences. So like the Conference USA or the American League or the MAC or WAC or one of those other conferences, their conference champion is going to make it into the conference championship. So right now, the highest ranked non-Power 4 school that's probably going to win its conference champion is Tulane. So that's why they're in the conference bracket. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So if you're Texas Tech, are you kind of salivating for that matchup?
I mean, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Obviously Texas Tech would have the easiest first round, you know. But I mean they're 5th in the rankings right now, right? So top 4 get a bye. They don't have to play at all. So whoever's number 5 is going to get to play Tulane or whoever comes from those other conferences.
That's like a huge advantage though over like the 6th seed who has to play like an actual good team, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that then they're going to have to face Georgia next, so that's not exactly great. But yeah, sure. In the first round, they get a somewhat of a bye, you know. So, all right. So, other than that, we're coming up on the best week of college football. This week right here is the best week of college football because it's rivalry weekend. So all the big rivalries happen this weekend.
Oh, shit.
So I was just going to preview a couple of really good ones, right? So
Let's go. Let's get it.
all right. So Texas A&M Aggies are going to be playing at the Texas Longhorns. This one is going to be a key battle because Texas A&M is number 3 in the country. Texas is number 16. Texas is essentially eliminated from the playoffs at this point, but those 2 teams hate each other with a raging fire. So it would make Texas's year if they could somehow ruin that perfect season of Texas A&M in the last in the last week. So
So
even
let
if
me
Tex-
ask you this, Kyle.
Go ahead.
If the Longhorns actually win that game, do you think that puts them in playoff contention?
I doubt it. They're number 16 in the country right now. That would be a big bump. I mean, I suppose
What if
it
everything
could happen.
happens? Like, because
Yeah,
that
they'll
would be
need
a
a lot of
huge
help.
win.
Yeah, they would need a lot of help.
Yeah,
The only way I can see it just looking at what the rankings look like is if Alabama loses and Miami loses. If those two things happen, and Texas wins, that would give them probably their best shot.
yeah.
But
So they have
still
an
not
outside.
guaranteed.
They have an outside shot, but it's not guaranteed. And I think Texas A&M makes the playoffs no matter what, being ranked number 3.
I mean, they should, right?
Yeah, but that's going to be that one's always a good game. Texas A&M versus UT is one of those big time games. So
And it is in Austin. It's not in College Station.
it is in Austin. Yep.
Wow.
I mean, right down the road.
Interesting game to watch, man. That's gonna be a fun one.
It's gonna be fun. All right, the next one, and this one doesn't seem like it'd be that big of a deal, but it is Alabama versus Auburn. So Auburn has been horrible this year, but this is one of those games
Yeah.
that you can never base off of the rankings.
Yep.
And Alabama is sitting at 10. So if Auburn was able to get the upset, which they love upsetting Alabama, if they were able to get the upset, that would most definitely knock Alabama out of the
for
out
sure.
of the playoffs. So keep your eye on that one. I won't go too much into it. Alabama should cruise right through it, but again, you can never tell.
It's
And-
at Auburn this time, right?
It is at Auburn, yes. Yep.
Go
Yeah.
Auburn. Go
And
Auburn.
think
this isn't your typical Alabama team. They're susceptible, you know.
Right.
Yep.
And I think Kalen DeBoer is playing for his job too. Or not playing, but coaching for his job. If they lose this, look, the people down there are not going to be happy about this, especially with Lane Kiffin sitting out there waiting to take a job.
Yeah.
Just saying.
War
All
damn
right.
Eagles.
Then we
Yeah.
got the classic Egg Bowl. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. Again,
Ooh.
Mississippi State not that good this year, but it's the Egg Bowl. So again, it's just like the
Yep.
Auburn Alabama matchup. You
Mhm.
have to watch out. Ole
Yeah,
Miss
this is
they're sitting-
dangerous.
Yep, they're
Yes.
sitting at number 7. They're having to go to Mississippi State, so watch out for that one. Ole Miss can't afford to lose this game.
Nope.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure.
The next one, and this one's a little sneaky, LSU at Oklahoma. They're pretty new rivals. LSU is a train wreck this year, but again, they've got NFL talent on that team, and this will be their bowl game. So keep an eye out. Oklahoma cannot afford to lose this game against LSU. So,
So you're saying upset alert.
upset alert, LSU, Oklahoma. I don't think it's going to happen, but again, for these kids who
It's the
this is their game, right? So Georgia, number 4, Georgia versus number 23, Georgia Tech. Always a good rivalry.
but Georgia Tech's actually good.
Yeah, Georgia Tech is good. Georgia needs to show up and take care of business. They're number 4 in the country. They've got one of those automatic bids. They don't need to lose this game.
Where are they playing?
They're playing at Georgia Tech.
Oof.
So
I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Number 12, Miami, who right now is in the playoffs at number 11, I think. So number 11, Miami, sorry, at number 22, Pittsburgh. So
Ooh,
Pittsburgh,
that's a sneaky game.
it is. Pittsburgh was the one that just knocked down Georgia Tech. So
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is good. They've had some good
Yes,
wins this
they're
year.
good. Yep.
Yes. So Miami needs to be on their top game if they want. If they lose this game, they're out of the playoffs.
You're done,
It's-
son.
They're done. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a big game, that Miami versus Pittsburgh. Number 14, Vanderbilt versus number 19, Tennessee. Both of these teams are real good. They hate each other, with white hot passion. And
Yeah, right down the road.
Vanderbilt has an outside shot of making the playoffs
Yeah.
too. At number 14, they beat the number 19 team in Tennessee. See what would happen, right? So that's another great game that's happening this year. And I wanted to end it with what I consider the game that I'm most interested in seeing, coming from an SEC fan. The one that I'm most interested in seeing is the Ohio State Buckeyes are traveling to Michigan. I am looking forward to this.
Me too.
Oh.
we kind of talked about this last pod.
Mhm.
There is an outside shot that Michigan could make the playoffs. If they beat the Buckeyes, then they could go to the Big Ten championship,
Yeah.
and
Do you
then they'd
honestly
be playing
see that
Illinois.
happening, though? I mean, to
Yeah.
be honest, do any of you guys actually see that happening? I mean, Ohio State's been smoking people.
They have.
They haven't really
Ohio
played
State
anybody
is
Yeah,
else.
but
very,
who did they
very
play?
good.
Their defense is like all time great though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Quality
how
win.
Michigan's gonna score enough points.
Right. I look. I talked about this last pod, so I won't reiterate everything I said, but I still feel the same way. Right now, I don't feel good. We won't have both of our stud running backs to play. Jordan Marshall might play, but I know Justice Haynes won't. And I'm afraid that what needs to be done, which is Bryce Underwood needs to play, and he needs to, they need to let the Lamborghini out and let him play. But I don't know if they will. And so, as petty as Ohio State is, and they held Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith and everybody, they held them out against Rutgers. Sorry, Tony. They held them out so they could play in this game right here. So they've been looking forward to this for about 2,000 days since that was the last time they actually beat us. So I don't have a lot of faith in my Wolverines going into this game. I really, really don't. But there's always a small chance. There's always a puncher's chance. So there is that. But if I had to put money on it, I wouldn't do it.
Let me give you some false hope so that you're crushed. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. No, so the eye test tells us that Ohio State is dominant this year. But to point, they have had no quality wins this year.
Zero.
The best win they had, they didn't play Oregon.
Nope.
The best win they have is Texas.
Yep.
The first game of the year, they played Texas and they beat them by 7 points.
Yep.
Outside
and they only
of
put
that,
up 14. Yep.
Yeah, they only put up 14 points against Texas. So they've had 0 games against really great opponents this year. So I'm not saying it's smoke and mirrors because the eye test tells me they're really good. But I'm saying they have not faced a team like Michigan, who I think is an actually really good team this year. I'm gonna throw you flowers out there.
So let me ask
I
you this
appreciate
real
that.
quick. Are
That's
you
easy.
saying that Ohio State is fool's gold, maybe?
No.
No fucking way.
Because the eye test tells me they're really freaking good. I'm just saying there's nothing on their record books that tells me or that solidifies that.
Okay, but outside of any real competition,
my eye test says they're really fucking good at beating up on cupcakes. That's what my eye test says.
Yes, they've had a lot of they had a diabetic schedule. Like they've had a lot of cupcakes and sugar, and they had a lot of sugar highs, and they haven't been tested all season. Like excluding Texas, but that's the first game of the year.
Who
and
will
it was
they
at home.
play in the championship? Will they play Indiana in the championship game?
More than likely.
Here's another good question. What team would you think that would actually be able to compete with them?
I mean, again, they haven't been tested this year. Their biggest test, they beat by 7 points, and they only scored 14 points.
Week 1 was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But we'll see. They got Michigan, then they got Illinois, and then they got the playoffs. So, but what I'm saying though is they have to play
not Illinois,
or sorry, Indiana, not Illinois, Indiana. So, but this week they have to play at Michigan.
Yes. This will be their toughest road game all season.
And Michigan, Ohio State is it's just like Alabama, Auburn, or the Egg Bowl.
No, it's even worse. It's the greatest rivalry in college football.
Yeah,
And look at it this way too. You mean to tell me that Michigan wouldn't just relish the opportunity to mess with Ohio State's playoff rankings?
I'm sure they would love that.
Hell yeah!
I'll say this: if it was at night, I might put money on Michigan, but it's it's an 11 a.m. kickoff. I don't know why they're doing that dumb shit.
Oh no, I got the
answer. Shoe either, is it?
No, it's in Michigan.
It's at Michigan. Yeah,
yes,
it's in Michigan.
But
okay.
I got some information. I was talking to one of my coworkers who's a big time Ohio State fan. Is not Monster. I didn't get a chance to talk to him at all this week, but I was talking to him, and the reason why they will not allow Michigan Ohio State to play at night because the last time that it happened was 2008. I want to say 2007, 2008. We were both 1-2, and it was at the shoe. I want to say, and the city of Columbus got tore the up.
Hey,
And yeah,
but
and
I
so
still that game you're talking about.
yeah,
I still remember that game. I
right.
still remember watching that game. That game was a freaking amazing game.
Yes, it was.
So,
We lost it, but that's not the point.
hey, that's okay
But
though, because then Ohio State went and played Florida, and Florida whooped that ass. So,
yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so but then it came to a determination that even though like they won the game and the people still tore up Columbus like crazy, like stuff set on fire and everything.
you know what?
So
Sometimes stuff happens. It's just once a
well,
year. Come on now, once every
it's
2
all
years.
yeah, but see, here's the thing though. The fact that the thing that people don't understand really is how much Ohio State hates us. They hate us. The whole state hate us. And they take that to we live rent free in their heads, dude.
Well, you
So
do.
just imagine
I mean, it's not like
that feeling.
it's not like it's one sided. Michigan hates Ohio State just as bad.
No. Not to that degree though.
I
Not to that degree.
disagree with that. I disagree with that
look,
100%.
bro, take it from me. Take it from me. If you heard some of this conversation that I had this just a couple days ago with this dude, they relish the sight of seeing us fall. They hate us to the core, right? So just imagine if
Brother
they had
Michelle Beadle and
all
you.
day to drink, like they had all day to drink alcohol, then they come out to the game and they lose.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that happened the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Probably Columbus wouldn't exist. The horseshoe probably gonna be burned down by now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they probably had to move it to Cleveland Stadium because the horseshoe got burned down.
All
So
I'm saying is that night game where you guys were number 1 and number 2 was like
yeah,
that was peak college football. That was
yeah,
a really fantastic game.
yeah.
And again, that's coming from an SEC fan. But it was amazing. So,
Well, I take
uh,
that as a badge of honor there, Wu
y
Pig.
yeah, it is. It is. So when I saw it was starting at 11 o'clock, I was like, "What? What is going on?"
Yeah,
Because
man.
usually they like to schedule those
Yes.
those big time rivalry games at night. So I
See,
don't know what's going on there.
for me, I would love to have a compromise and just say, look, don't have it at noon. Can you at least have it at 3:30? Can we do that? You
Or
know,
7 or
just
something.
Or one. How about that? 1 p.m.
something, just something other than noon. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But yeah, but
You
unfortunately,
the only reason I
because
can think that they could do it is because Fox probably paid them a lot of money for their, Fox game.
they're
Like,
they're so hyped up, big noon crap, whatever.
yeah, their big noon kickoff for Fox is gonna probably
Yeah,
be there at the game.
yeah, at some
So,
point. Yeah, but unfortunately, the uncivilized nature of Ohio State fans is the reason why you can't have this game at night. So
either way, I'm gonna be pulling for Michigan to win this game.
thank you.
It would be funny as heck if Michigan snuck their way into the playoffs. So that would be funny.
This is the
Yeah.
only time of year I'm a Michigan fan.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
this time of year right here.
I
I hate
appreciate
Ohio State that much.
I appreciate the Michigan love on this show. I appreciate it, at least for 1 week. I
Oh, it's
appreciate
just
it. I
1 week.
accept it.
It's just 1 week.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Yeah.
for
Just
1
1
week.
week.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
I love drinking in your misery on most weeks. It's just
I get it. But
but
also understand, Wu Pig, because we've had this conversation lots of times. You
mhm.
do understand that there is no circumstance, and I need you to get this. There is no Big Ten flag over here. There is no Big Ten flag. So there was no way when Ohio State makes it, they're in the playoff, right? I will never cheer for them.
Well, what
Never.
about Indiana? What
I
if
don't give
Indiana?
it. You fine. They just got here. They just got here. They're fine. I'll treat them like a new kid in school. I don't know
So
you yet. You know what I'm saying?
so if it's Indiana versus, let's say, Indiana versus Georgia in the finals, who you
I
gonna
mean,
pull for?
I mean, well, I'm sick of Georgia all being in it all the time.
Man,
So
just say Indiana.
yeah,
Quit your shit.
and
Just
look,
say Indiana.
look,
You don't know
I'll
you're
say
gonna be
this.
pulling for Indiana.
I'll say this. Look, I'll watch it for Indiana to pull off the upset. But on principle, Ohio State will never get get any cheer from me. Never.
I don't know. I believe last year I got a lot of text about how SEC was overrated when the Big Ten won last year. So
That
you
came from,
know,
but that came from Monster. That didn't come from me. I didn't
okay.
say nothing.
Mhm.
No, I didn't say anything because
Okay.
that's side acknowledging Ohio State. I can't do that. My Michigan heart will not allow me to do that. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Well, anyways, that's all I got on college football today, guys. But yeah, tune in. Best week of college football is coming up.
Indeed.
The game, and it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Let's make this interesting. So let's do some upsets, man, and put a bet on it. Let's do a beer bet
A beer bet for what?
for some upsets for the one matchups that he just mentioned.
I will
All
not. I will not put a bet on the Michigan Ohio State game. I will not do that.
Put a beer
I will
bet.
not do that.
I'm putting a beer bet that Michigan is going to win the game. Now they're going to lose because I did that.
No,
They're not
okay.
gonna
How about
win.
this? How about this? Between Ole Miss, Mississippi State, LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, Texas, Miami, Pittsburgh, and Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Of
Oof.
those games, which one do you think is going to be an upset?
But I want to do the Pitt Miami because I think that is going to be a really good
Love it.
game.
That's
So I'm
a
gonna
solid choice. That's
I'm gonna go
solid.
Georgia
I want to
Tech.
do a beer bet that Pitt wins that game.
I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna go Texas A&M. I think Texas might just pull this one off.
Whoa.
I'll take. I want chaos. So I'll take Auburn to beating Alabama.
Oh, okay. All right.
Georgia Tech beating Georgia. I
Okay.
love
Damn,
the
okay.
I love the Texas. I like the Texas and the Mr. Raider. What do you say?
Texas
Pittsburgh.
A&M.
Yeah. I like all that though. Auburn not beating Alabama. That's good.
So
never know,
me,
man.
Yeah.
me personally, I'm actually going to go with Texas actually taking A&M, not just because I think they're going to win, but just because of wishful thinking. You know, because my
Mainly
my
because your
my
wife's a
wife-
Dude, I
Texas
wouldn't
A&M
be
fan.
surprised. Would you be
Okay.
surprised?
my wife is an Aggie fan, so I got to go against them.
Surprised if they win that game though. I don't think anybody would be really.
No, I mean that's a big rivalry. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Well,
happens.
and it is in Austin, so I mean, that's a hell of a game.
So from the sounds of it, it seems like we're all going to be drinking beer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's a win.
maybe.
It's a win.
Hey, I didn't see a problem there, man. I was just,
Yeah, man. Shoot, don't look for a problem. You don't need a solution. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe,
But,
maybe we could put a bonus point on studs and duds. Like if any of our if any of
okay.
our upsets pull through, we get a point. How about that?
You know what?
Yeah. Why not?
You know
Why
what?
not?
I'll
like
add
it.
it to the sheet for this week. I'll add to the
I like
sheet.
I like it. That's pretty
I'm writing
cool.
it out right now. All right, hold on. Let me get this in here. Okay. So Tony, you're taking what?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Okay. Georgia Tech. Okay.
Me and
I
Joey are
got
taking.
Auburn.
Me and Joey are going to take Texas A&M or Texas over Texas A&M.
Okay.
Yep.
Texas. Mr. Raider, what you got?
I got Pitt over Miami.
Okay. That's a good one.
solid. That's a solid.
I like
one.
that one. I like
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
a good one.
so if anything,
Oh,
Woo Pig,
there-
you know,
has to be
this
one of them.
actually might get us maybe a promotion by, you know, I mean, staging the fact that, you know, we're taking the Longhorns. Just saying.
Yeah, well,
Possible.
hey. If Texas A&M loses, though, you can't let your wife listen to this pod because I don't want her mad at me.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Fair point.
Yes.
She's not that big of a fan, though. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, she does it just to throw it in my face. That's it.
I don't know. I showed up at your house with the Arkansas jersey on, and she was like, "We need to get you a Texas A&M jersey." I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Joey, why does that not surprise me? you know what I'm saying? That she said that, man. That does
Oh
not
my
surprise
God,
me
she's
in
a
one
fucking
bit.
ninja. I swear to God. Where is she?
I believe the exact words were, "You want us to get you a real jersey of Texas A&M so you can get rid of that one?"
Oh, she actually
Yeah, I was
did
like,
that.
Ah,
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I need to put
Yeah.
a bell around her neck or something. Fucking A.
that's
my
funny.
my wife was there. She laughed her head off. So my wife thought it was funny, but
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well,
That's all I got on college.
well, I know. Hater with Fast was talking about something with SEC Michigan leaving the conference or something like that. So
Yes.
what's
Yes.
what's
Thank you.
going on there?
Okay.
I got my
So,
drink ready, so I'm ready to hear this.
okay. So it was announced, I think it was a couple weeks ago, that there's a private equity firm that is looking to purchase the rights for the Big Ten, like from the media side of things, right? So if they agree, it would give the conference an additional $2.4 billion for all 18 schools. Now, it won't be evenly distributed. The bigger schools will get a bigger piece. But there are two that have pronounced their disdain for his whole entire deal, and it's Michigan and USC. Now, the media deal currently, it expires in 2030. Their biggest complaint about it is that if they accept this deal, they will get the $2.4 billion now, but the deal will lock them in with this private equity firm for 20 years.
Woo,
And
that's a long time. Oh,
yes,
that is a dumb idea.
and they would get 10%. They would get 10% of the stake into the Big Ten. So of course, USC and Michigan, and specifically, and shout out Mr. Rader, because USC, their statement was, this is like a payday loan, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, nah, we ain't having this, right? And so they're utilizing the power that USC and Michigan have. They're using their power to collectively to try to balk this, and the private equity firm doesn't want to go through with the deal unless all 18 schools agree. So right now it's on hold, and they're hoping that, I guess cooler heads prevail or something like that. And I'm not sure how long they have before they have to make the deal, or it's like completely off the table. But right now they're standing firm. USC and Michigan are standing firm, and they have put out a threat that if they decide to go without them, or they agree to a deal without their consent, they will leave the conference and they will go
Let's
independent.
go. Hold the line, boys. Let's go.
Yes.
Like
And
that.
so, what was the other piece of this? Oh, I can't. Oh, so the Big Ten commissioner, right? Tony Petitti, right? So he's been in the seat for about 3 or 4 years, I think, at this point. I have a personal hate in my heart, because he was the one that sold Jim Harbaugh down the river in his last 2 years that he was there, and all these, dumbass suspensions and all this other type of stuff. So I already have a disdain in my heart for him anyway. And his little chicken shit ass after Michigan, after all the suspensions, and he was supposed to be the commissioner to get the trophy. And what does he decide to do? He doesn't even give the trophy to Jim Harbaugh. So
He can
yeah,
get these
he a
grits.
little, yeah. He a little punk ass. So this whole deal, he has his heart set on it. He really wants it to go through. And because of that, I don't want it to go through. So USC, you know what I'm saying? Go Blue Nation. Let's hold on. Board of Regents, hold on. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You stand firm, stand planted, don't move. And let
You know
this
what-
thing fall flat on his face.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like that LIV golf thing. When the Saudis came and
Yeah,
you know what I'm
something
saying?
like that. Yeah.
Had their own
Yeah.
little golf thing. I don't know much about golf, so Tony, if
Right.
you know about it, speak to it, man. But that's kind of what it sounds like.
What it sounds like to me is potential for Michigan and USC to be the next expansion into the SEC. What? Are we gonna have to? Am I
Y'all ain't
gonna have
ready.
to buy? Am I gonna have to buy you? Are you? Am I gonna have to buy you like an SEC flag? Like teach you how to do the SEC chant? There, hater. I got a video. We can show you it all.
You're so lucky we're not doing video right now. I would love to see his face right now. I'll pay money to see his face.
No, man, no, dude. First of all, that would be a hell of a thing for y'all. Y'all couldn't be named the SEC no more, because you'll have a Northern team and a California team.
We would just name
Okay.
it. we would just name it SEC plus 2 Yankees. Okay, that's all. You know, just
No, it'll be called Mr. Worldwide. That's what we call. That's what it'll be called. Man,
SEC
Nick
plus 2
Saban,
Yankees. Put that shit on a shirt.
Nick Saban will lose his mind if that happened, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of SEC fans would blow their mind. Like
Oh my
Texas
God.
and Oklahoma, they're like, all right. You start adding
know what?
Michigan into the SEC, they'd be like, what? What
And
is
then
going
here
on?
comes USC, like what? Oh, you know what? I kind of wanted to happen because I want to see Paul Feinbaum's head explode.
I knew you wanted to be in the SEC all this time. I knew it.
I just want to see his head explode. That's it. That's
Oh
all.
yeah.
Well, that's-
Paul would have a heart attack.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to take though, Hater, because I'm glad Michigan USC is holding the line. You know, I really am, because I don't want to see that fucking 20 years. No,
20 years. And,
Nah.
and Ohio State being the money grubbers that they are, they ain't got no problem with it at all. I'm like, you're supposed to be with the big dogs here. Like, but nope, they want that money. So
I really do think at some point the Big Ten and the SEC are going to combine, grab some schools from outside of it, you know, make like a, I don't know, like a
some
40,
sort of-
50 team league and
Yeah.
leave the NCAA and say, you know what, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to have a commissioner and we're going to make this shit like the NFL. I
but
think,
if that happens, I think that ruins college football forever, though.
yeah,
honestly.
it could.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, man. Because
But you see it
we're big
coming.
enough, man.
You see it though, because the Big Ten and the SEC are already licking their chops at the ACC. They're
Yeah, I know.
already just looking at them like they're going to try and expand to 20 teams each. At that point, you just got 2 super conferences. You
Yeah,
know,
but-
it's just
Yeah, it's a monopoly though. I don't want to see that for college football.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it is what it is.
if that happens, the next commissioner would be Nick Saban. Watch, he's already sounding like one and campaigning to be
He-
one.
he-
It sounds like
he
to me.
does.
Good.
He does. He
Good.
does.
I like that.
I bet you would. Yeah, I bet you would, Mr. SEC.
Mm-hmm.
But it still won't help Arkansas.
Hey, what you want to bet all this NIL transfer portal stuff gets squashed quick if Nick Saban is the
Quick, fast, and
yeah.
in a hurry.
Yep,
I
quick
don't know.
facts in a hurry. All that stuff would go away.
I don't know about the NIL. I don't know about that part. But the transfer portal, absolutely. And I'll be here for it. You should only be able to transfer once unless your coach leaves. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But
That's for another pod. So,
Yeah.
Do we got anything else on college football? Tony with takes, Angry Joey. You got anything else?
No, man, looking forward to it. You know, I was just letting the experts speak.
Well,
For
use
me,
that
man.
term loosely for me.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and then transition to NFL. So, Hader, I know you got something to say.
Yes, sir. All right. So week 12 was in the books, and we had 3 games that we wanted to cover here. And the first was the number 16 Pittsburgh Steelers. They went to the Chicago Bears and lost. Yeah, and they lost 31-28. This was without Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know if he still has the D to Chicago still. I'm not sure. But they still end up taking the L. Caleb Williams, 239 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 inexplicable sack in the end zone by TJ Watt, which gave him the most sacks in his family, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so one thing that's a little inexplicable about this one, though, is the fact that the Bears actually put up 31 points on this so-called support, just awesome Steelers defense. 31 points.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that is supposed to be this horrible, horrible offense, but here they are.
Dude, the
Get him,
Steelers,
Angry Joey.
fuck
Get him,
off.
Angry Joey.
dude, the Steelers suck. I've been saying that for weeks, man. Steelers defense is terrible.
Well, which leads to my question. With the money that the Steelers have spent on defense, are we seeing the end of Mike Tomlin as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Only if he wants to end.
Oh my God.
Dude,
I can't believe you fucking
No.
said that. What we were actually talking about, bus as far as or coaches on the hot seat, and you guys were rolling your eyes at me when I actually said Mike Tomlin.
Hey, I did, but
Well, I'm still rolling my eyes.
It
Yeah, me
seemed
too.
look, the only reason why is because the worst possible nightmare has occurred where they had a stranglehold on the division, is slowly slipping away. The Baltimore Ravens are coming up behind them, and they lost Aaron Rodgers, and the defense is terrible.
All right,
So
bro. But Joe Burrow was hurt for the whole entire year. Lamar Jackson was out for what, 5 weeks. They haven't been the same either. Their defense, half of their defense was injured for half the year. So I don't, I don't know. I think the whole division is all shit, and they're all in the they're all in the same situation, and but like Mike Tomlin is he gets a pass once in a while, right? Like how many coaches get passes? We're just so used to him being great, and why would we put him on the hot seat for one bad year? The dude's done nothing wrong over his last what is he?
Yeah.
10, 11, 12 years. I don't even know.
So
I think it's like 17, I think.
Yeah, it's year 17. Let me back you up on that, Tony, because look, it's the fucking GM that should be fired instead of before Tomlin, because Tomlin didn't ask for this quarterback fiasco. He got tossed Russell Wilson and Justin Fields last year.
Yeah.
And what did he get this year? Old Man River. You know what I'm saying? So, and then their offensive line, like the GM just let their fucking didn't get any free agents in, didn't get any top signings, didn't draft well. So Tomlin's coaching his ass off for what he has. And I've always said this. I think I said this on like the second pod we ever did. If the Steelers fired Tomlin, I pray to God. I'll get on my knees and pray every day for the rest of my life that Mike Tomlin gets hired by the Raiders. I would love it. That way I would never have to worry about coaching for the next 20 years.
I think that would be a great hiring.
It would be awesome.
Hopefully you do, because
yeah.
I don't know if we're just like talking about this or if it's actual rumblings. I haven't heard anything about Tomlin's job being on the line, but I think that's just crazy.
Would you agree though? The GM, his seat should be at least.
Hey, look, I don't know. Like, come on, they've done. I think the GM has done well over the years. They've drafted well. They just made decisions. Okay, sometimes you get put in a situation where you don't have a franchise quarterback, and they thought they were good enough to make it work. Sometimes I don't like that, because I'm just like, hey, it's okay to just admit you suck and get like a top 5 pick, but like in fantasy, right? We're just like, oh, why add this guy who can win you a couple games? Because they got lucky with all the injuries and shit, in my opinion, on the other teams in the division. So then you're like, oh, we finished in the middle. We almost made the playoffs, but now we have a shitty pick, and then you never get right at quarterback. And then what do you do next year? They patch it again. Like, oh, what do you sign? Like a fucking a bum kind of like a serviceable quarterback? I don't know.
So one, to answer your question, there hasn't been any rumblings about, the job security for Mike Tomlin. I'm just saying,
okay,
crazy. So the only thing I would push back on specifically to Mr. Raider is the way they handled the Aaron Rodgers situation, I think caused all this. The fact that they waited to the absolute last minute to get their starting quarterback, I think, is malpractice. Now,
that's
again,
GM,
like
bro.
you said, I don't. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that GM just hasn't been there for very long. I don't know. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if he's going to be on the hot seat either. But
he should be.
Yeah. No, but they do. I get that. Hater.
Yeah, but they have to find a long-term solution at quarterback, though, man. Like, they've been playing around with it for way too long.
Well, they're not alone. They're not alone. They've been winning forever.
And
a lot of teams want that.
Yeah. And thanks for saying that, Mr. Raider, because that's the biggest thing. They should have Shedeur Sanders right now. They absolutely should. And I can't forget
their long-term quarterback, though.
It doesn't. It's better. It's better than damn Mason Rudolph. I mean, I don't know. I don't like how they handled it, and I think they had the opportunity.
I tell you what, bro. Job. How many times have they fired Mason Rudolph just to hire him back?
I know. Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the best you can do, dog. Like, everybody's finding it. Like, Sam Darnold got resurrected.
He knows the offense.
Yeah.
That's either a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I don't know.
But I will say what's surprising to me though, like normally Pittsburgh is really good at finding wide receivers, right? But
Yeah.
like Pickens leaves and no one stepped up really. Even DK Metcalf has been, you know, he's been underperforming. So
So, side
it's
note,
just very surprising.
my
Yeah.
mock drafts have the Steelers taking a USC wide receiver. I'm not going to say who. You can figure it out.
Well, they
But
got two of
him.
them.
Yep.
Well, I
They're-
wouldn't be
they're gonna-
surprised. They need one, right?
They're going to
Well, maybe
draft for the
Jordan-
USC wide receiver according to my mocks and everything that I've seen. But who
Well,
knows?
Well, it won't be Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson will be gone way before the Steelers
Oh,
pick,
yeah.
which is exactly the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
He'll be
Yeah.
gone.
But hey, like your point though, Hater, they do very well drafting receivers in the second and third round. So I'll give them a miss here and there. You know what I mean? They've been so good at it for years, so they get a pass.
All right.
But
Didn't they
but I
have
will be very interested. in
Antonio
who they do
Brown?
Yeah.
Who else did they have? Plaxico Burress, right?
Dude, they've had Santonio Holmes, Mike Wallace.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, they got a
the-
history.
The list is endless. It's literally
Yeah.
endless.
Yeah.
They're probably the best wide receiver drafting team of all time. Like
I couldn't
for that
argue against it.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't knock it, honestly.
Dude, even like the track record's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody else got anything on this game?
Not I.
All right. I guess silence is golden. All right.
Actually, no, there is one thing. Okay, so at this point, is Caleb Williams for real?
Oh.
Can I just say something?
Kill it.
Go
Let's
ahead.
go.
All right. Because I pay attention to him a lot because he's my quarterback in our Blitz Dynasty League, right?
Mhm.
And it means a lot to me. I watch a lot of Caleb Williams. The talent's there, right? Like I think it's undeniable, which is why he was hyped coming out of college. He was number one pick. The talent's there. He does all these crazy things. He's so good on the run. In the pocket, just delivering an easy ball, intermediate and deep. He is so terrible. I can't even explain to you how bad he is at it. And it's really, really troublesome. And it's, I know that staff, the Chicago front office, is very worried because he can't do normal things. And it's very weird. Like I could throw a better ball sometimes than he could. It's really weird. Roma Dunze's numbers the last 2 years would be so much better than they are just if he makes just 6 throws that are so easy. It's like he moves it. It's like he thinks too much. It's like he's like, oh, this is the easiest throw ever. So I'm like, oh,
He makes the
Even
hard stuff
thinking
look
in his
easy
mind.
and the easy
Yes.
stuff look hard.
dude, yes.
Yes.
When he's on the run and he can't think, he's brilliant.
Right.
Sits there and he has an easy pass. It's like he's fucking and he like it's like his arm is like seizing up or something. He's like, ugh, and it just
Yeah.
sails
it's-
away. It's almost weird. Like every one of us would make better throws than he could in those situations. It's very, very weird.
So case in point, his PFF grade from this game was 44.4. But his highest was 90.8 when they went up against Cincinnati. Now, of course, their defense is trash.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm surprised it
that's
wasn't
got you on a
Caleb.
curve, right? Yeah. Now he averages out. It averages out to 73.1, but it's like some of the opponents that he has played against. It's like you gotta look at his whole entire season with a grain of salt. I mean,
Yes, the thing is, look at it from like a coaching staff and a front office. There's nothing you can do. You're almost trapped. The guy, you have to keep developing him. I mean, he's still young. He's still like your franchise quarterback. Those little things though are so frustrating, and I don't know. You would think that they'd be correctable.
I can't wait to hear about the offseason contract. The contract discussions and stuff like that. I can't wait for that.
Because you think they're going to talk extension already?
Well, they're going to have to. He'll
Well-
be, fifth. He'll get his 5th-year option, right? But he's going to have to make some major strides if he wants that, to be the first like $300 million quarterback.
Well, yeah, but I don't think. I think I think the front office has the upper hand in that discussion. Then, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's deserved that type of extension right now. So
No.
it's almost like, hey, you have to play next year. Of course, you're going to get your 5-year extension, but we're not going to talk extension like big time, long-term contract until we see a little bit more. You know?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing, but I to me, I think the jury's still out. But
for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Angry Joey. I
No,
just wanna say
sorry to
sorry,
draw this
Angry
out.
Joe.
You know, I mean,
No.
I just
Thank
thought
you for
that
letting
it
me
was an
speak, though.
interesting point because I
No,
kind of
that's
think
good shit.
he's a bit of an enigma. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't figure him
Indeed.
out. You know, I
That's
mean,
fair.
like you said, Tony. You know, I mean, he's just he's all over the place. I mean, you know, one minute he looks like a fucking genius, and then the next he looks like an absolute buffoon. You know,
Yes.
so I can't figure him out. You know, I don't know what to make of these guys. You know, I mean, and here they are. They actually beat the Steelers. The
I
Steelers.
know.
What the
Well,
heck? You know, I mean,
Well,
it's
It was in
weird.
you
Chicago.
got to take all the circumstances into account here. It
Mason
wasn't
Rudolph.
it wasn't Aaron Rodgers on the other side, right?
No, I get it, and quit trying to deflect there. You know, I
What do you
mean,
mean?
or
What?
hater. You know, I
Hater
What do you
mean,
mean?
my point is that these guys, they are what? They're in first place in their division, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Sure.
But don't believe in it. Don't believe in it.
My
It's a
point
trap.
is schizophrenic. You know, I mean,
But like he's beaten Mason Rudolph, JJ McCarthy. Well, they would have lost to Jackson Dart if he had not get concussed, right?
okay,
Joe
so
Flacco
we're
and the most notable was Lamar Jackson, but the defense was booty at that point. But
all right. So we're actually dabbling into other quarterbacks.
yeah, sorry, I'm just saying, like the quarterback matchups that he has had to go against. Now he'll get it. Now he'll get it on Friday because they go up against the Eagles. So we'll see when he's truly learning from Ben Johnson at this point.
Yeah. Dude,
Because he can't be going around doing that crazy shit.
and we do have to say, like, he does have one of the most talented supporting cast in the league.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
does. So
Yes.
wait. Hold on. So Tony Wood takes. I got a question for you. If you were to put Shedeur Sanders on the Bears, do you think he would be better than Caleb
Well,
Williams?
No, because that's a lot of assumptions.
Sure. That's what makes it fun.
What do we think? He had the whole off season to adjust. Like, I don't know.
'Cause the
Caleb's
Browns don't
already
have no talent, bro. They don't like, okay, Jerry Jeudy, sure. And Fannin, sure. The running backs are solid. The running backs are probably the best thing on their team besides the defense. I'm not talking about the defense, right? Myles Garrett's a beast. We all know that. But I'm saying if you had Rome Odunze, Mooney, what's the other? Loveland?
I mean, they got
Luther Burden, DJ Moore,
Yeah.
DJ Quick,
Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet, Colson
I'm
Loveland.
saying.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, that's a crazy question. Is
course.
Shedeur Sanders more accurate than Caleb Williams? I think that's definitively yes. I don't know if he can do all the things. We haven't seen enough. I don't know. It's hard to say. Ben Johnson, if he had a whole with Shedeur, maybe he would fit better with his scheme because he can deliver the ball better and on time. I don't know.
100. Yes, I 100% agree with that. I think if the roles were reversed, he has a full off season to work with him, and he's in his system and he's working with him. And the fact that I think he's more quarterback disciplined than Caleb Williams is.
Yeah,
and I think that would bode him well in Ben Johnson's system because that's what it
Well,
demands.
can I say this? Ben Johnson would have made sure he had some reps at least with
Yes.
the ones, 3 or 4 at
Absolutely.
least. Angry Joey, what do you think about that, man? Do you think Shedeur Sanders would blossom with the Bears?
Tough to say. I mean, there's such a small sample size, when it comes to the NFL. I'm going to reserve comment for that, I mean, because he's had one good game.
Yeah.
You know,
Understood. Yeah.
actually, that he's only had one really good play in that game.
But
Yeah,
but
so
that young man had to deal with though.
I'm going to say
He-
no.
Did you know
Technically, he
they
had
only let
two,
him
but Jerry
practice on
Jeudy fumbled.
Wednesday? By the way,
Yeah.
he only practiced last Wednesday. So he had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He had 4 practices before he started.
With the
All
first
right,
game.
That's why it's so hard to
Listen,
say,
I
right?
already
Like,
know
he's
you're
been the
you're a
third
Shadur
string quarterback.
Sanders apologist. So I no,
Okay,
I'm not.
so
I'm not
one,
gonna
I'm
give
a
him
so for, listen. Let me tell
Oh
you
my
something,
God.
man. Number one, you say I got a man crush on Coach Prime. What the fuck ever? No Diddy in this house. 2, Shadur Sanders is a fucking talent, and you know it. So that doesn't make me an apologist. It just makes me a realist. So the kid has talent, man. He actually won the first starting game they've had. They've had 42 other quarterbacks before him. And this rookie goes in there and wins the game. And then at the end of the game, and in the locker room, the fucking coach gives him a brief comment on how good he did.
Yeah.
But
it's-
calls out the rest of the team and gives game balls as everybody else, but gives a small little blurb to history
Yeah.
that Shadur made. So I'm not an apologist. I'm just a realist. I'm
Oh
fair.
no, you're a suck. How about that?
That's even worse. I don't know what that's about. But
Wow.
watch your
I
fucking
think
mouth.
that he has-
Wow.
Hey.
One fucking game does not make a fucking player, dude. I'm saying. Wow.
You wouldn't be saying that about Bo Nix.
Oh
Didn't your
boy.
coach say he knew
Yeah,
he
but
was
he's
the
actually
dude?
played
Hold on.
well.
Didn't your coach say that he was the dude after 17 throws the first time he saw him? Yeah, I'll wait.
Oh, what are you talking
you-
about?
You better Google me, Chuck. Google me, Chuck.
Wow. This took a left turn I did not expect. But I will say this. me being the hater that I am, me being a hater with facts, I will say this. Kevin Stefanski is a way bigger hater than me. If there was a hater of the year award, it definitely goes to him. He's something else.
Sure.
He is, oh my God. Whew, my goodness.
Coach
But
of the year, my ass.
yeah. Look, hey, and just as a side note, since you broached the subject, Mr. Rader, I got a prediction for you.
Okay.
My prediction is it kind of went out the rail because I kind of thought Stefanski still went with Dylan Gabriel if he was able to play.
Oh, he tried to.
But I still think, even amongst all of this, I still think he will get fired. He will. This organization will fire him because of his dereliction of duty as the head coach in this quarterback situation. Not only that, I feel like they're going to do everything they possibly can to move Deshaun Watson and use those 2 first-round picks that they have in 26 and build around Shador.
I can't argue against it.
Because they got a new stadium in 27, and I'm telling you right now, they do not want Deshaun Watson being that starting quarterback when they open up that new stadium.
Mm.
So Jimmy Haslam, if you don't know nothing else, he definitely wants to make money. And this fan, look, this is the most this fan base has ever had, the most hope they've had in a very, very long time. And
Well, he wouldn't listen to his fan base for almost 10 weeks of the season, though, man.
you can't fight the inevitable though. Like there's only so many hints that God can give you. You know what I mean? Like he taps you on the shoulder maybe one time, and if you don't figure it out, there's nothing I can do. Now they can go ahead and be hard headed if they want to, but the Cleveland Browns finally want to have a team that they can be proud of and a quarterback that they can actually hang on to because they already screwed up with Baker Mayfield. You want to try that again? You only going to get too many chances on this. So Jimmy Haslam, you want to be that big of an idiot? Be my guest, but the answer is right in front of you. Just take the win, damn it! Just take the win. I'm tired of Cleveland looking this pitiful.
Well, it's worse when you know that the Raiders are getting all this shit talked about, with rightfully so.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, they beat the Raiders. God, ain't nobody. You know, all a first take and all the ESPN shitting all over. Even the commentators shitting all over the Raiders, which I get it. You know, and then Pete Carroll still refuses to fire his son, who's our offensive line coach. I just don't get it.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, they fired
Carroll's
Chip
son
Kelly.
is the offensive line coach?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, he's the offensive line coach.
Oh my God! After 10 sacks? Oh my God!
Yeah,
Ooh!
yeah, he didn't lose his job. Chip
Oh my
Kelly
God.
lost his job instead.
Oh, you didn't know that Chip Kelly got canned?
Well, I knew Chip Kelly got fired. I didn't know that the offensive line coach was Pete Carroll's son. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
my
know that
God.
either. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That
Oh,
was
it gets
probably
worse. It gets worse.
the stipulation on him getting hired.
Carroll is going to be in the game.
Fuck. Man, we should have got rid of him yesterday.
Oh, my
But-
goodness.
But the problem, though, is, Angry Joey's, we have $65 million of our cap going towards former coaches. Ain't that a
Wait a minute.
How much?
That's not your
Hold on,
cap,
hold on.
though, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, coaching salaries don't go against your cap, buddy.
$65 million? $65 million goes
right.
to
Well,
former
makes
coaches.
me feel a little bit better about the whole Russell Wilson thing.
Shit. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Ineptitude at its finest, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
I need another goddamn drink.
Freaking
I'm about to say, man, you need a whole ocean of holy water to cleanse that stink. Jesus.
Motherfucker. Hey, y'all should have seen my Raiders therapy group. That's the text message group that we're in. It's called Raiders Therapy Group.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's what it's called. Shout out to my boy Israel and all other California homies. But it's called the Raiders Therapy Group.
Oh, Raiders.
Man,
therapy
we are
group.
losing our effing minds in
bet.
podcasting this
So it's
therapy.
not a
Oh.
therapy group.
Woo.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Man.
If my
Oh,
Dodgers didn't win the World Series, bro, I would not be able to make it through this season. I wouldn't be able to.
honestly, dude, this is just music to my ears. This is just awesome.
It
I
is.
freaking love it.
You
Oh.
jerk.
Man, everybody's going for hater of the year right now. What
Oh,
is going on
man.
here?
I mean, this is
I got a bone to pick with you, Angry
beautiful,
Joey, but
beautiful
I'll
note.
wait.
Uh-oh.